Chapter 7. Before Phillis had recovered from her shock and disappointment, George Cooks seized her hand, and she turned crying to Dr. Wilmore for help. To her dismay, the doctor had disappeared. "Phillis," pleaded Cooks, "forgive this trick. I have been driven to it by your unjust guardian. You must know how passionately I love you. I swear I will never leave you until you promise to marry me." "Impossible, impossible," Phillis cried. "It is possible, and it must be, but we have no time to lose. A coach is waiting for us, and in a few hours we will be married." "Let me go," cried Phillis, struggling to free her hand. "By Jove, you shall not go. I will make a gentlewoman, in spite of yourself." Cooks pulled the girl forward and put his hand over her mouth. He then gave 3 low whistles for his henchmen to come to his aid. A man appeared from behind a broken wall, but it was not Bates, and Cooks shrank back in his fear and astonishment, for it appeared to be Tom Spencer, his dead rival. Phillis also drew back at the sight of this apparition, and fell fainting to the ground. Cooks quickly recovered his nerve and drew his sword, exclaiming, "Man, ghost or devil, whichever you are, have at you," and he lunged forward to run the apparition through. He fell over a stone, however, in the poor light, and the spirit caught him by the arm, wrenching the sword from his grasp and throwing it high over the ivied wall. The phantom then shouted, "Fair fighting now, man to man. I'm ready for you." Cooks saw that he was fighting with no ghost, and the 2 men exchanged blows thick and fast. Although Cooks was a strong man, he was no match for his opponent, and at last he lay still moaning on the ground, unable to respond to the invitation to get up for more punishment. A number of people had seen the fight between Cooks and Tom Spencer. Mattie had arrived and was attending to her mistress with the doctor. Tony Bates was also there and had seen Dr. Wilmore rub his hands with satisfaction when Cooks had gone down for the last time. Tom transferred his attention from Cooks to Phillis, who was now coming round. Her recovery speeded by a kiss from her lover. "Tom, can it be you?" she asked faintly. "To be sure it is," he replied. "I've been alive all the time under the doctor's orders. He told me I was sure to be hanged otherwise, so he made sham dead and kept me in these ruins." While the 2 lovers were in each other's arms, Cooks began cursing Tony Bates for not helping him, and also threatened his former crony. "I can have you hanged any day if I will." Bates seemed to be in no way frightened by this threat, and replied, "You are in far more danger than I am of hanging, master. I've been offered a free pardon if I tell all I know, and Mattie has promised to marry me if I led an honest life. They are after you for highway robbery. You've been informed against." "Informed against by who?" growled Cooks. "Your old friend, Henry Hardwick." "That's a lie. Hardwick is dead." Dr. Wilmore, overhearing this exchange, came nearer and remarked, "It is even as he says. Hardwick is no more dead than Tom Spencer. You bribed me to murder him. I only gave him a sleeping draught, and got him safely out of your way. The devil you did. Hardwick has made a clean breast of all the evil deeds of you and your associates. The evidence against you is too great to be ignored this time, Master Cooks. I swore to have my revenge on you, and revenge is sweet. And now you will hand me over to the law, I suppose," Cooks said. "Not I, for one," said Tom. "I've given you a thrashing. You can use your coach to get away while you can." George Cooks staggered off in the direction of his waiting coach, and was not seen again in the locality. It was a Merry Christmas at Lowndes Hill Farm, and at Waite's Farm a few days later. One other entry into Dr. Wilmore's diary gives the happy outcome of this affair. It's dated 1st of January, 1701. This day I was present in Tardywick Church. 2 couples married, Thomas Spencer to Phillis Spencer, and Anthony Bates to Mattie Briggs. As wedding gifts, I gave the young wives some excellent advice on the preservation of health. This was worth much to them and cost me nothing.